Hey guys, in this video, I want to introduce some new air tools that I've been using in my detailing business that are not detailing tools, but I think are going to really speed up your interior detailing process specifically. What's going on, guys? Luke here with Wilson Auto Detailing. I'm a pro detailer based out of Nashville, Tennessee. So you guys know that as a professional detailer, I am often looking for tools that are not necessarily in the detailing business specifically, but they can be used in the detailing business. And this air kit does exactly that. I want to show you guys exactly what's inside of this. So I've got my air hose reel right here hooked up to the wall, and I've got my classic air gun on the end of this. This thing looks just like you probably already know. It looks like, right, this you can get at like Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. This is what most detailers hook up to their air compressor hose, and they use it just like this, right? Well, here's the thing. Just like brushes, for example, in the detailing world, a lot of times you require different types of brushes for different types of things, right? I don't only use detailing brushes. I don't only use carpet brushes for shampooing the carpets. I use a lot of different types with a lot of different sizes and a lot of different handles. That is what this is. This is a toolkit from Capri Tools. No, this is not sponsored. I literally found this on Instagram, actually, and I was like, man, I gotta start trying this for my detailing business. So I'm comparing all of this to the classic air compressor spray gun here. So I wanna talk about the very first thing. Number one, they give you literally like a gun handle, much like this one, but it's a little bit more ergonomic. So you've got kind of a silicone backing here. It feels really good to grab. And this is kind of like the base foundational tool in this kit that mimics this, but again, it's got a ton of different adapters. So what I'm gonna do here is show you the very first thing that I really like. There is a 14-inch extension that actually screws on to the mouth of the gun here. And this 14-inch extension gives me a huge working room here where I can literally take the air and put it anywhere in the car that I want, right? I can go underneath a seat. I can go in between seats and the middle console. These areas that are really difficult to get pointed air an inch or half an inch away from the carpet, this allows me to do it. I can then start to take, with this adapter, some other pointed heads here, like this one, that comes kind of like to this needle nose point here, and I can actually screw this on the end of the adapter, and all of a sudden, I've got this needle pointed air, and I've got 14 inches to work with, just like this. So this is a huge help in my detailing business when I'm getting in tight areas. Now I've also got just a basic 4.5 extension here, which is gonna mimic kind of your classic spray nozzle, but allows me basically just to create this classic kind of air gun nozzle here. I can attach the same exact thing to it if I want to. Again, this needle nose point adapter that screws in to the end, attach it to my air compressor, and now I've got kind of your classic spray gun, just like this. Now, in addition to the 4.5-inch extension, I also just have actually kind of a tiny extension here where I don't have to have a long needle nose point if I don't want to. And with this particular extension, it just gives me kind of like a 2-inch working room here. So I've got a really small gun. This is where if I just want to be kind of real close to what I'm working on, this allows me to do that. And they actually call this the turbo nozzle because it's so short. It just kind of directs the air straight out. There's not a lot of room for it to move through, so you do get a really powerful kind of air blow gun here. Now, in addition to the really long 14-inch extension, this particular adapter is my favorite in the kit because it screws right on to the end of the gun, but on the end, you've got this rubber tip here. So I can actually take this, plug it into my air compressor, and this gives me my classic spray gun feel with a rubberized silicone tip on the end of this, what they call needle nose extension. And so I can take this and actually touch the paint with it. I can touch wheels with it, and I'm not gonna be scratching anything. So I can get close to paint, I can tap the paint, I can touch the plastic on the inside. This protects me so I can actually get the gun up close and personal to whatever I'm working on. Now, there's just a couple really practical uses for these things that I wanna show you guys really quickly that I've been kind of taking advantage of in my professional detailing world. The first one is gonna be me screwing this 14-inch extension into the mouth of the gun here, because this is one that has been such a lifesaver for me in terms of saving me not only a lot of like cuts on my hands, because I haven't had to be reaching down my hand in between consoles and under the seats and all these other areas that are really difficult to get, but it's also been a lifesaver for me because I don't have to scratch the inside of the console or even these kind of rocker panels down here below the seat where you often scratch either with trying to shove a brush down there or shove an air gun that doesn't have a long enough nozzle. Let's hook this up to the air compressor and take it to the sides and underneath this seat, as well as back here where the accelerator is. Now you guys can see this area that just got blown out there. Again, did not stick my hand down there at all. It was the easiest thing to take the 14-inch extension, come all the way through here. It's totally cleared out. I can now vacuum back here and vacuum up here, and this area is completely clean. Just a simple shampoo is going to do from here on out. Now I want to do the same exact thing back here, because again, on the other side, this is an area that's basically impossible for me to get to, right? Because there's just no way for me to get my hand down here in between this middle area and the seat. What I can do, again, is take this against the carpet, and I can blast all the way back, pushing this as far back as I really want to go. So 14-inch extension, absolute lifesaver in between these seats. It's unbelievable. What I'm gonna do is unscrew the tip. I'm gonna screw this directly onto the gun here with no extension whatsoever, because now what I want to address is this area in the front next to the accelerator, and then also where the left foot sits right here, because in those creases are where tons of stuff builds up and it feels impossible to get all that stuff out. So I've got no adapter here, and I'm gonna take this all to these areas right here. Now I just want to come in and show you these areas. Again, you can see like these creases where the plastic right here meets the carpet, or where the plastic from the accelerator meets the carpet. It's right underneath those lips, right on there, that all that crap builds up, and it really feels impossible to get out. From just a vacuum, it's absolutely impossible to get out, because this is the impossible carpeting. So again, those creases right there, of course around the rubber here, particularly right in there. You can see how clean they are now, even behind the accelerator, behind here. Again, we're gonna have to brush this and shampoo it to really get it to perfection, but you guys get the point here. Absolutely makes my life so much easier. And you guys can see now right here, there's just the bulk of the dirt. All of this is just surface level dirt. I'm gonna be able to vacuum it up really, really quickly. There's nothing in between here, nothing over there, nothing around here in these creases. This vacuuming and shampooing process is just gonna become so much easier at this point. Now for the sake of the video, I wanna show you guys what I wanna do is take 4.5-inch adapter right here. Then I take this little turbo nozzle here, and this basically just gives you a little bit extra boost, a little bit more, kind of brings things down a little bit narrower. And I've got kind of this maybe 7-inch space here that I can go around the entire vehicle. And I'm gonna show you this just because this car is ceramic coated. And I wanna take this, again, like 7-inch extension here with the turbo nozzle on the end, and I'm just gonna start blasting this down the car so you guys can see what this looks like. So this 4.5 extension with the turbo nozzle on the end, this is one of my favorites for drying general areas. A lot of times if I'm blowing out wheels or wheel wells, I will do something like this. But again, if I wanna be extra careful, this needle nose point here that's got this silicone end on it, this can be put and touched, so you guys can see I'm actually touching the paint with this. I can get in these tiny cracks and crevices like this, actually make contact with the paint as I'm doing this, because this makes it so safe. I'm not gonna scratch anything. So amazing tool set to get in these more intricate areas and really speed yourself up. So guys, as a detailer, the Capri airgun tool set is something that I put my big thumbs up on, and I honestly found this by accident, but it's really kind of the small detailed things like this that end up making your world so much easier. If you've been detailing for any amount of time, you know that not having the specific tool for the specific situation you're in can literally slow you down. And so things like this can be a serious lifesaver, and it's become something that I've used almost every single day since I've bought it. So it's something I highly suggest. If you want to check it out, there will be a link in the YouTube description box below. And as always, guys, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I will see you in the next video.